Alright guys, we have to catch Uber. All good, brother.
How it feels good.
Michael, you asked for a response from last week. You must feel like you got it.
Yeah, the effort that the boys put in right throughout the week, I definitely saw a shift in where we were, I guess, a week ago. But really proud of the players, but also know that we have a bit to do within what we need to do for next week. I thought the boys just fought extremely hard for each other, and that's a value that I've seen in this group, and we're looking forward to building on that, obviously, in a week's time.
You had obviously a couple of big hurdles to overcome. Brandon Smith didn't play.
Yeah.
And obviously Foz.
Yeah, just saying to Benji there before, I'm really shattered for Foz. I mean, he's an absolute champion of a fella. He's obviously been through a bit in his time, and he's bounced back, and no doubt he'll respond to this one. We were all looking forward to seeing him play. I think everyone, because everyone realises obviously what he's endured over the last sort of couple of years. But we'll rally around him and make sure that we get behind him and get him back.
How serious is it?
Oh, I think it's potentially a dislocated shoulder. So look, you go through your scans and all those sorts of different things, and it's a tough one, that one.
Benji, you look shattered for him.
Yeah, I was just seeing him emotional in the sheds. He's done a lot of work to get back to this point, I think, and it's probably the most stable I've seen him, not only with his body but mentally as well. And thought he had a great, last couple of weeks preparation, and he was just peaking for this game, and I could see how much it meant to him. And to obviously get cut short, he's one of our brothers, and just hurting for him.
The team responded well, though.
Yeah, I thought we showed a lot of effort. When you lose a half, you have to change a little bit of your structure. But I thought Jerome came in and did a solid job for not training there all week. He trained at hooker all week, so sometimes you just got to do your job, and I thought the boys did that. And you saw out there was one moment. Sometimes it takes one moment to win a game, and that moment was there for Kenny today.
That Cody, Cody, I understand, was in Brisbane.
He was down at Queenstown, I think it was.
Yeah, Queenstown.
He was down there proposing. I allowed him to sort of go away from camp because he'd had it all planned, and we had a bit of a change in the way we had to do things, and Katie came back late last night. And but around Katie though, I've spent a lot of time with him in and around this squad as well, and that's the thing that I'm really enjoying watching this group grow, is that that we've got depth now, and we've got players that can come in and do a job when they need to, and they're a very close group. And to see Katie sort of come back last night, I know the halves spent a bit of time with him at about 9:30 last night, and we just asked him to do his role, and I think he made 50-something tackles, and he was outstanding there for us.
I might go to Queenstown this week.
Yeah, I might go with you. I think those sorts of efforts are required at this level. We've got to be able to have the depths of your squad to be able to do these sorts of different things, and you have challenges, and we're growing as a group, and we'll have to grow into the week ahead.
Why did you decide to stand down Brandon?
Yeah, we've got certain expectations around what we want to do with the jersey now. I'm not going to go into it. It's the expectations are there for the players, and it's nothing major. But the expectations of what we're doing with the Kiwi jersey now is at such a high level, and I've got a really strong senior leadership group that are working hard in the background, and Smithy will bounce back just the same as what Sean showed. Sean was all about the team. I spoke to him about what he needed to do, and he sure enough jumped into this week's training just the same way as Smithy's going to do that this week.
And when did you tell Brandon that he wasn't playing?
We spoke about it over the last 24 hours.
Is he available for selection next week?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I suppose you won't have Foz, but to have Sean Johnson.
Yeah, I've got some really good decisions to make over the next few days. Looking at Katie's, but that's the depth that I'm talking about. If we're, if we want to achieve the things that we want to achieve, that's the ability of having depths like that. And look, Sean is definitely available this week, just as so is Brandon. So we'll talk to the senior leaders about what we want to do with the jersey, and Sean's actually a part of that. He's been a part of that group ever since I've started coaching at this level, and he understands the levels of what we're trying to get to.
How do you sort of feel your attack's going after a couple of games where you haven't really scored? I guess a lot of teams are struggling to score a lot of tries in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, the attack does come with a bit of ruck speed. So I think the ruck speed there was just sort of shows what happens when you've got one ref. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, and it was adjudicated on both teams the same way, so it was exactly the same. But as a half, if you can't generate rush speed, you can't get up over the ad line to create the things that we want to do. So I guess that's the thing, or the piece, I guess, at international level of what they may look at. But again, if you can get ruck speed off the back of your play, then the halves come in, and sure enough, the attack will then present itself. I think both teams were very similar in how we attacked.
That first half, I guess, wasn't too entertaining for the spectators. Do you put it down to that then?
It was entertaining for me because I thought our boys did the job. They at times in the first half we put ourselves into tough positions, but what they did, they responded defensively, and that's what at this level you need to do.
Benji, will next week be just as dour unless the rucks are sped up a little bit, do you think?
I don't know. We just wanted to build pressure and grind out a game, and I think that when both teams lose, you go into the same mindset of trying to complete high and get your kicking game in order, and that's how it went today. You know? Obviously, we're in the business of winning, not providing a spectacle, and we got the win today.
Benji, how are you feeling in the last 15 minutes as they started to really come back, a lot of momentum going?
Oh, they're a great side. Like, they got some great players and some class players who can capitalise on errors, and we probably made it a little bit hard on ourselves with some of our options we took late, but what we did do was scramble for each other, and that one moment that Kenny Bromwich saved that try is one of the moments we'll look back on and say, well, sometimes that's just what it takes in a big game, and that was a big effort from Kenny. Chibble.
Hey, before you go, what I would like to do is just make reference around Adam Blair. To play 50 games for your country is an incredible effort, and I was fortunate to see Adam when he first started. As a young kid, the way he's sacrificed and prepared himself and done all the little things to be able to give himself the opportunities to playing grand finals and in the NRL for such a long period of time, but to play 50 test matches, I really hope that everyone in New Zealand, and I'm sure they will understand how special Adam Blair is in this space, just along with Ruben Wiki he's played. So there's only two players that have played 50 test matches, and I just think it's we've got to tip our hats to Blairy on what he's been able to do at this level, and no doubt he's got a lot more, whether it's as a player or as a coach, because I'm trying to continually get a few of these boys into coaching and helping New Zealand Rugby League get to the highest levels.
How was he today, this morning and before the game?
He was really good. He did what he normally does. He had his kids around him and his family and his beautiful wife Jess. He's got a bit of a routine there, I think, when he has a family around, and he's just really good around the group. And it's great for the younger kids to be able to see someone like him, 50 test matches, how he still prepares and makes sure he's ready for any time that he's called upon. And look, Blairy wasn't originally in the squad. I think he'd just basically landed from a holiday from Brisbane, coming back to New Zealand, and I rang him when he just landed. I think he had his wife in the car at the time. I said, Blairy, we're after you. Would you mind coming back and jumping back on the plane? So he turned around and that night came back. So it just goes to show what that jersey means to him.
Benji, doing the haka was that something you guys spoke about before?
No, we didn't. It's just something you do and out of respect, and I thought he deserved it, and you could see how much it meant to him. It was very emotional when we were performing it to him, but I echo what Matt said. He's just a special player for the Kiwi jumper, and I think he personifies what the passion is for the jumper, and we love him.
Thanks.
In a hurry to get out there.